Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6. Couldn't hear myself. Testing again. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's give people a few minutes. Alright, I see 18 people here. 19. So I guess we can start. Hi, I'm Ambroid at Ambroid on Twitter, Ambroid on InvestFeed, and today we will be doing technical analysis of the whole of Poloniex. We will do just a short overview of every chart on Poloniex currently, and you can ask questions anytime you want. I'm monitoring the troll box. If you like the video, like it so this gets exposure, and it would be very kind of someone to do timestamps based on the alphabet, like the last time when we did Bittrex. So first off, we've got scenario AMP. It's dying just like everything else, but it might have found the bottom here, like here. See, AMP always likes to make a new all-time low before it goes higher, but you've got plenty of time to react if you buy the cloud breakout. Okay, so let's just wait for the first cloud resistance attempt before we decide whether it's bottomed out yet or not. For now, it's in a waiting zone. If only MicroEnergy actually worked. It's daily order. Let's move this shit away. Turn on log scale. Okay, so what I see on Ardor is that it's attempting to touch the top of this accumulation zone here. Okay, so let's make it green. This was the accumulation zone, and now we are bouncing from the top of it. Okay, so let's give it bit of time. However, this looks similar to me so far, right? If I draw it with a brush like this, so something like this, if we're generous, I guess. But the point is, you've got plenty of time to react. You can wait for the actual breakout and still make plenty of money, right? So we wait. Definitely quite strong in this Bitcoin bull run, right? So Bitcoin Cash hit the $1,000 resistance. We need to actually go lower to hourly to see that we broke out from this compression pattern. So for now it looks like bullish continuation. So this is the verdict for now, but we need to actually break through the $1,000 in a confident fashion. So this one was delisted. Let's actually erase this just so we've got a clean slate. Let's go to BCY. So this is bit crystals, and what I see on bit crystals is this whole zone is a solid buy zone. Okay, so I think that right here it's a solid buy. It did make a new all-time low, but it bounced from it with confidence. And this is your first target. Okay, so buy here, sell 50%. Okay, and you just keep doing this when we reach the buy zone and the sell zone, and you do this because I think that this will eventually break out. So it might, let me do it with a brush. So we might be doing this throughout 2018 or whatever, but eventually I think we break out to the upside and this part of the chart will become squished like this, and the price will go somewhere completely differently. Okay, so but this is like a very long-term view. So Billa looks like it's dying after the huge ass pump from double-digit Satoshi range. I wouldn't touch it now at all. Like, if we go take a look on daily, this looks like a wick of distribution, right? we've learned about this last week. Let me, not music, but we go upwards, right? So this is like distribution, and now we are in the markdown, which looks like this, right? Breakdown, throwback, breakdown, throwback, breakdown. Maybe a throwback, right? Into this 2700 or whatever. But overall, there hasn't been this accumulation phase yet. So, and you can't even expect it after Bella doing, let's go 1 year. After Bella doing, yeah, this is what 140x, so give it time. So maybe this, but overall down. Overall, this markdown says down for a long time. Blackcoin. So how much did Blackcoin do? 9x, let's say. And now it's nicely stabilizing. Let's go and pull up the cloud. Okay, so question, are you trading through the Coinigy with API? Is it safe? I think it's safe, but I am trading manually through each exchange. I don't use Coinigy for its trading API. I only use it for the charts. Any opinion on Ethereum? Dude, we are at B. We will get to Ethereum when we are at E. Okay. So, if we look at Blackcoin from the standpoint of the previous cycle, it was bleeding for a long time. Then it made this double bottom, which is visible on the weekly, and on the daily, the cloud was very helpful. And now we are bottoming out, maybe bottoming out in the same zone again. So what we saw here was this double bottom. Okay, when we broke out of it, a nice bull run, and now we are dipping back into this zone. So the verdict is look for buy below 3000. Okay, so below 3000 it is a buy zone until proven otherwise. So Bitcoin dark, just that shit coin by now. Let's see. So this looks like a giant compression on the weekly, if we like. And the point is, Bitcoin Dark was used in the Komodo ICO. So right now, most of the supply is owned by the developer of Komodo. So it's a pump and dump coin. And with pump and dump coins, what you want to do is try to identify the overall bottom, accumulate a small fixed size risk bag down at the lowest price you can, and then wait for this giant pump, right? So what we've identified on Bitcoin Dark is this zone over here. For now, this is the bottom, okay? If we break below it, toss it, just get the fuck out. So Bitmarks is at the overall bottom. So this zone right here, okay? Who's calling me right now? Give me a sec. Alright, I hope I muted myself, I think I did. Are you using Xiaomi phone based on my advice on Twitter? Yes, actually I bought Xiaomi based on Twitter's advice. So, pretty happy about it for now, by the way. So, in the meantime, I have drawn a Bitmarks chart. This is the fucking buy zone right here. You try and get as low as average buy, and as you can see, the coin just doesn't like to stay in this zone for too long. And it's Poloniex pump and dump coin as well, so let's take the middle, and let's take the middle here. So that's a 5x, and that's a 10x, okay? So buy zone right here, you know, not much else to say. If you give it a couple of weeks or so. So this is 150 days. This is 200 days. I don't know, this is too wild here, but are you patient enough to hold something for 200 days and get a 10x from it? If not, there's something wrong with you. Okay, so Bitshares was delisted. Burst looks like it's slowly entering the buy zone, but we need more confirmation. we need it to stay in this zone. As you can see, this is 200 days of accumulation. This is 130 days of it. This is another 130 days of accumulation. Okay, so this nice bottom over here, and it's like this. So it used to be a 200% range. Oh no, 100. It was just violated once here. So it's always like around 100% range on this coin, and it takes at least 130 days. So we might be dipping into it now, and if our theory holds true, then we will be bouncing between 60 to 130 Satoshi for like the next few months. We might go lower, of course, and have a lower buy zone, but I doubt it. So again, try to get as low as an average as you can. Just buy this slowly over a couple of weeks. Okay, so you just go and buy a small amount today, and you return to the market and you buy a small amount 3 days from now. Okay, until you have the position size you want. It might be $10 total for what I care. Doesn't matter, but you slowly buy this as low as you can. Okay. Clam is a fucking mess. I don't even remember what happened here, but when was this? A month ago. So Clam suffers from the Poloniex margin sickness, where it's just hard to make money on it, I think. And essentially what you're looking for is, this was such a nice compression, right? I saw it like this. I saw it like this symmetric triangle building, and this was the wick of spring. Okay, so if we take the wick of upwards, so the tightening range, okay, because this was definitely a range, and a spring, and then a breakout. Okay, and this shit over here, this is the margin craziness that occasionally happens. And what looks like right now is that we are in a buy zone again. CVC, let's go lower. So we know this shit by now. Right. This is just a markdown. and until we get some sort of a signal that we are bottomed out. We want like a long-term bouncing in a range, then a breakout, then a throwback. Okay, so until this happens, don't buy. Okay, Dash Dash is funky against Bitcoin. So this zone right here, if we go tighter, and this diagonal over here. So what we're looking for essentially is this. It won't be as straightforward as this. It will take a while. This dash is slow. So it's either gonna be like that or like this. Okay. And we're just gonna okay, so we are just gonna build so this was the range on Dash previously. Okay, with this horizontal resistance. So this should be kinda parallel, but I can't draw it so nicely. The point I'm trying to make is that this was like a diagonal range that worked until we broke out of it, and now we are building a similar structure, just higher, with the exception of this blow off top. So if we want to really be bearish, instead we can draw it like a giant wick of distribution, and this right here is the test of the wick of distribution, and if we fail, we go like this. But that's a very, very bearish scenario, and I doubt it. Instead, let's do Dash against dollar, just so we've got something to compare to, right? So on Dash against dollar, we've had this symmetric triangle. Okay. if we ignore this, then we've had like this giant falling wedge, but we have to ignore these two daily candles. Okay, now out of which we have clearly broken out of. So wasn't Bitshares delisted only on tricks? Oh shit, I don't know. Oh, okay. Ooh, sorry. Um, my bad. Yeah, so dash and result on dollar it looks broken out. Okay, on dollar it looks bullish, and against Bitcoin it looks like it's in a decision point. So bearish, bullish overall on dash. So Bitshares. Okay. So this is a clean chart pattern. Okay. This is a broadening bottom with a flat top, and if we actually, there's a tool for this even. Look, even CoinG recognizes this as a pattern. Right, so this is generally a bullish pattern, but you wait for the breakout from this horizontal level. Let me draw this a bit lower. You wait for the breakout from this horizontal level, which is 1350 Satoshi or something, and your target is from the bottom to the top. It's 100%. So you take this from the top, which would be 50%, and coincides with this resistance. So this is where you take profit on this pattern. Okay, this is a short-term swing trade if this breaks out. Long-term, we've got this massive pump behind us, and honestly, this was brutal. And if you're a bag holder from anywhere up here, I have no pity for you, son. You shouldn't be buying coin after this massive pump. Overall, this looks like it needs a reaccumulation, because we notice again downwards, breakdown, throwback, redistribution, breakdown, no throwback, just redistribution, breakdown, redistribution, breakdown, and now we might be looking finally for something like a life. Let's see, is there something in here? This kinda even looks like symmetric triangle in a way, or something. At least, well, it looks like something. There's some sort of compression here. Doesn't matter how we name it, but it broke down over here as well. Like this was and as always, you look for these at previous compression zones or previous resistances at least. Okay, so what can we take from this now? If we break down, what's the next level? Well, we have to retest this one. So we'll see. This is like you set an alert for I don't know, 1390, and if the daily candle closes, you buy Bitshares and your target is 2000 Satoshi, which is, I know, it's not exciting to me. So Decred. Okay. What does this look like? I can tell you with certainty that this didn't look like accumulation of any sort to me. I missed out on this, but this is a clean distribution, and while we are at it, this as well. So we just started pumping out in nowhere basically. The only indication was this double bottom here. Let's make it tighter like this. And so we bounced from the top of this previous high, but this doesn't look like it's done dumping. So this will, I think, make a move like something like this. With the next stop over here. But this is my bias, okay? So we'll see. Digibite still dead as shit. Would avoid Storj is interesting because of this cycle, okay? The problem is we essentially skipped it the last time. So we had a pump like every 200 or so days. The last time we skipped it. Then we made a mega pump. And now the question is, whether we skip the cycle or not. Oh, come on. Alright, that got resolved quickly, but yeah, so the question is whether we repeat this green one or whether we do, let's paint it like a yellow one. Okay, so we are definitely looking at the bottom, but the question is whether we do a 40% bounce or 10x bull run. Okay, either way, this shit gets weeks to resolve. Okay, this takes a couple of weeks as well. Okay, this is the weekly chart. Couple of weeks, so there's time for you to join if this is no reality, right? So we're looking at a bounce right now, but the question is whether it turns into a bull run again. EMC2. This is a fucking mess. Come on, load. There we go. So we're just bouncing from the previous all-time high. I think we covered this last week as well. We were talking about how Verge, EMC2 and Pink were similar. So let's take a look at Pink as well. Right, so these charts move similarly, and there's no clean signal on either of them yet, so this is like watch list, ignore for now. So Ethereum Classic, I've got a saved chart and I'm sure as hell not deleting it. We are at resistance right now, but this looks weird as fuck on against Bitcoin, right? However, if we go take a look at DC against Ethereum, we had a nice clean falling wedge, which we've broken out of, and against dollar, now you can see, I said you can see, let's make it UTC, USDT. So this is atypical, right? This looks weird. I was saying that this was the accumulation range. We attempted a breakout, it failed, so we broke lower, but we made a new accumulation range here, So this just might be a drawback back into this range until confirmed. Okay, so this just might be distribution, but the ETA GTC, where are you? Jesus, this is ETC. This is pointing at bullishness, with your target being 0.06, which still hasn't hit yet. And this looks like we're at resistance now. So again, a decision point on Ethereum Classic. Okay, I will be taking a bit of profit and selling to Ethereum at 0.06 or nearby. Okay. So Ethereum against Bitcoin. We've got a fractal going. Like this. And like this. Okay. And like this. So we're looking at this level here and this level here. So this structure right here. Okay. This is against Bitcoin. This is what's painted against Bitcoin. Ethereum against dollar is bullish right now. We are in a compression pattern, which we can even extend to here, and we've got like these two options. Do some analysis on Neo. No, Neo is not on Poloniex. We are doing Poloniex today. So ascending triangle on Ethereum, a huge ass one. Okay. This takes quite a bit of time to play out, and your target is $700. Okay. $700 as a round number resistance. So two very different pictures. We will see which one is true, and in fact they both might be. And what I mean by this is that if Bitcoin goes hyperbolic and pumps like crazy after this shakeout, then Ethereum might be going up against dollar, but it won't be keeping up against Bitcoin. So it will paint that rounding bottom and still go up against dollar. Okay, but for that to happen, for Ethereum to go up 2x and for it to go, why didn't it say, for it to go down to 0.035. Okay, let's make it a round number just for clarity. So for it to go to 0.035, so we are thinking that Ethereum is 0.035 of Bitcoin at the bottom, and that it will go twice up against dollar, so that's 700. So 35, that points at $20,000 Bitcoin. Okay, so that's what these two charts are painting. If Bitcoin is bullish and Ethereum is bullish, but just not keeping up with Bitcoin. And this is just over December. So this is like a crazy bullish scenario for Bitcoin based on Ethereum fractal. Okay, this is just hypothesizing, but it's fun to do, and you never know if it happens, but if it does, you've got like frame of reference for what's happening for an eventuality. So it's useful to play this out in your head. Correction to 0.06 is more likely. What do you base this on? So EXP. Not even close to cloud yet. So what we want is something like this, which is something like this. Okay, so this will take quite a while to paint, and it might end up like this instead, where we just go and do this, but definitely bearish for now. You might want to fish for a bottom here, but I'm not so sure. So Factum, let's paint the cloud breakouts. So this was a cloud fake out and the cloud breakout. So this was the top of the cloud. So this was a cloud breakout. Not too helpful because of this candle. So we're still very young. I mean, this is one of the older coins and it's still so young. Like, you can't even really paint more than 2 cycles on this. This is still not enough history. So this looks like a buy down here, but it doesn't stay long. This was it, I think. We won't revisit it again for a long time. So I thought that this is the range and that we broke out of it here finally, and that we would go on a proper bull run. So I was very sad when this broke down, okay? Because I thought that this is a range and that we broke out. So my Factum analysis was wrong and I don't know how to tackle it right now. This is my stance on Factum. I just don't know. Maybe this was a fake out from the accumulation zone. I don't know. So folding coin looks just like burst. Nice work, Ambroid, coming from a technicians of almost 2 decades. Holy shit, dude. I've been charting for like a year now. Accumulation. And this zone over here. And now we are back in it. But maybe a bit higher. So these are like baby steps. Every accumulation zone is a tiny bit higher than the one before it, but either way, again, they take 100 days and 130 days and 170 days, so they keep getting longer. So let's expect at least 170 days this time around as well, which would point us at April. And until then, this is just gonna no, not this too. It's just gonna do this. It's Florin coin. bouncing from the previous tops. We've seen this on so many charts, and still the same verdict. Give it a bit of time to show where it wants to go. Maybe buy it down here around 1000 Satoshis if you want to attempt a value buy game. So this was the previous top, okay, and we broke below it, and now we've got drawn back. So that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one, because now we are expecting a bottom here, even further, right? So let's paint it something like this again, because this is obviously a range and a breakout, and now we are painting a new reaccumulation cycle. Gas, a very new one, very volatile. How much is this? 260%. So this is a cloud breakout on the 4 hours. So essentially it's a buy on this low time frame. But if you buy it here, based on this, you want to stay on the time frame. You want to stay on 4 hours and look at the chart for a new 4-hour candle every 4 hours. But it looks okay for now. Analysis. Bearish, just keeps going down, not much to see. Golem doing a full retrace. So this was like first cycle where the cloud couldn't even paint it because of these godsend candles. So a full retrace from the original Poloniex buy zone, and we will see how it reacts to it. This gives like precedence for other early 2017 additions to markets. Gridcoin. Let's go to weekly and the buy zone. Let's keep it simple. Buy down here. Let's make it green. Shit. Buy down here. Sell up here. Alright. Keep it simple. And it's 7x in 100 days. 100 coin. see this channel, this channel again. And the channel right here again. And over here as well. Okay. And over here even. So this is like a channel fractal for Coin. And even on the upside, okay. This is what I see on Coin. And if we look at some horizontals that are interesting, right, so this got violated a couple of times, but it looks like a decent buy zone. Maybe we even visit this one. Okay, so buy 50%. Buy 50%. Okay. The problem is, right now it's got nothing going for it, and it used to have solid product with the game, but now it's gonna be obsolete with the Chimera. So yeah, I wouldn't be confident over here right now. So library coin, a very nice reaction. From this accumulation zone here. Okay. This is the buy zone. And fuck the typo, I don't give a shit. This over here. Sell zone, let's be consistent. Okay. And let's just make this as the sell zone 30%, just to take some return on the investment in case we don't break through this resistance in the next cycle. So my thoughts are that this bounce over here, this looks either like this or like this. So either way, there's gonna be time to react and buy it again in this zone. I don't think that the big players have accumulated enough just yet. Lisk. So look at this distribution. And its top has now become a support. Where its bottom was previously resistance. So this looks, this bottom looks like Decred, but since then they're disconnected. What we might be doing is protecting this uptrend here. So if you're bullish and you hold Lisk, this right here is the preliminary target, and this right here is the lower target. Okay. Cloud, not helpful. Okay, don't use cloud. Litecoin against Bitcoin. We bounce from the support. This isn't a helpful level at all. This one is. So right now kind of ranging. There's money to be made because of leverage, but I wouldn't touch it right now. Why do you say do not use cloud on Lisk? Because it wasn't helpful. It would get you in over here or something, and you would just get out over here where you've missed all this move. It just shook you out instead. It proved helpful once, but ever since it's not been useful. Made. Let's go to the weekly. So this one right here is the buy zone, which I have personally missed, and I wanted to buy some. I've still got bids inside this buy zone, but buy zone. Sell zone. Alright. And again, what might even happen is that you don't even want to sell 100%, but you want to sell 50%. And let's make this buy, I don't know, 30 to 50% in this zone, and this is the buy altcoin zone. And this is just because this thing looks like a giant range for now. And it's a very nice one to play around in, but it takes a lot of time. If we go, okay, so quite a few days, and then it's gonna be quite a few days. This was the first definition, so quite a bit of time. Didn't work out at all. Okay, and now we're looking at, I don't know, 100 or something days to sell half of our bags for a 4x. This wouldn't be interesting in a normal scenario, but what you're looking for with Made is to hold it for a couple of years. Okay, this is a very slow project. This project has been going on for years now. It's older than the blockchain. They've just adapted it to the blockchain, and they've got a very slow development cycle, but they have been working so steadily for such a long time that I'm confident in them, and I am very sad I missed this buy zone here. In general, do not use Ichimoku in crypto. No, just on Lisk. So this is like a slow accumulation in these ranges, with selling a small portion here. Yeah, it's not good. Delisted. Until then, it was the buy zone, sell zone, coin. Okay, buy zone, sell zone, and this exit pump sucked. Why not still buy? There is so much upside on Made. I'm greedy, and that's it. No other reason. It's just me being greedy and trying to get the best average I can. And there's so many projects in crypto, and I don't mind missing out on one of them. And this is a weird ass shit chart. So this is a nice, interesting support. So this one clearly isn't, or is it? Is it a Wyckoff structure? Is my question to you people. To me, this one looks like accumulation. Even like this, look how we got dumped into it. And this is still just trending up on the weekly. So, breakout, breakout, throwback, wavy, breakout, throwback, wavy. So where did we stop on? Oh, shit. How did we stop here? Is the question. What was the support? Was it the top of this? Yeah. So this just looks like it's been trending up since this accumulation in 2016. And it's not that huge of a pump. So This looks nice. This looks like it's just been in a multi-year trend up. So that's Namecoin. An interesting coin with anon tech as well. Neos. Do we need to go over this? This looks like markdown, markup, right? And this shit, this is just Poloniex pump and dump, you know. With extreme illiquid markets, it happens easily. So this will be visible when it stops somewhere down here or whatever. It just takes time for a coin to bleed down into this range, or even this range over here. So are we building steps, you know, like this, where we pump, where we have pumped, and we dump into the previous stop, and into the previous stop, and into the previous stop. Okay, but it takes time to recover. Okay, so 80 days, and dumped into the range, 90 days, so a while still, into 2018 at the very least before it pumps properly again. So Namecoin. Can you tell when to use log scale and when not to? Coinage distorts charts on low sat coins. For me, it's always turn on log scale unless you can't, like with low sat coins. I hate the distortion of linear scale, so I just always turn it on if I can. Expand this like this. So what does this look like to you? To me it looks like a breakdown, throwback, and bearish continuation. Something like this over here. Let's make it yellow again. Okay, this is what it looks like to me. And the thing is, Namecoin had a long time until it pumped. So you're essentially expecting holy shit, I don't know, this is like the whole 2018 of dumping or something. And this is because it's stable against the dollar. Namecoin is stable against the dollar, not against Bitcoin. Same thing with Purecoin. It's stable against dollar. If we go in NMC USD, so let's take this chart. Let's hide this. Let's go to the weekly. Go away. Okay. So as you can see, against dollar, it's rectangle. So this was one range, and it bumped quite nicely from this. There's my curve. There's my curve. So this is like around the bottom, but it stopped right at first resistance. So this is Namecoin against dollar. Looks very different compared to compared against Bitcoin. So PPC USD. Poloniex, same shit, except a better pronounced bottom here. And rectangle, even all the way here then. And we stopped on the first resistance. Okay, so it's sitting here steadily, way above this accumulation range, but it's just gonna bleed until Bitcoin stops its bull run. Okay, so that was Namecoin and Purecoin. Note, I think that got delisted as well. Yes, it did. So this is interesting. It's holding nicely for now. So it's in fact it's dumping into the buy zone. So where is it traded? Coin market cap. Note markets, Cryptopia, Yobit. Not many too good alternatives. So I would just avoid it. Wait, didn't it get delisted from Bittrex? A note. Where did it get delisted from? Shit. Poloniex. What? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, all Storj node and Nautilus. So, why I'm contemplating is that this is because if it had active development, this would be a nice buy zone, like in case of the block delist. which happened block. Okay, so December 2016 block, Bittrex block delist. So this is December. Okay, this is when it got delisted, and it's got an active development, so it ensued in a nice buy zone. How about Geo? Geo, Bittrex, active development, same day, delist, bam, nice buy zone. All right, but in this case, I guess it doesn't have a nice alternative market, so we will ignore it. So Nexium, looks like Nexium wants to revisit this range here. Looks like Golem, kinda. If you remember, we talked about how Golem will set will look similar. Will make the markets like that were listed on Poloniex early this year. I can't find words for what to say, but yeah, looks like the fucking same, you know. And NXC, tiny bit older market, but not as pronounced, but looks similar with the full retrace in process right now. Next, a very nice bounce. So this has got a lot going on, because we just bounced from the previous accumulation zone, and we are doing this into the Ignis snapshot, which happens in December. So it looks to me like somewhere around here, I think. This will paint a nice double bottom here, and then shoot right into the snapshot. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking here. Good night, man. Have to go to sleep. We'll watch the rest tomorrow. All right, man. Thank you for being here. So Omnis go. Let's make it candles. Let's turn this off. So is this a bottom? So Poloniex basically called the top with listing this coin. It looks similar to a lot of other ICOs where it just makes this giant steps. Yeah, these are like stairs on the way down, and what you're looking for is, let's make it This one doesn't fit anywhere. This is like a weird one. Okay, so what you're looking for is for coin to start penetrating into the higher stairs. But what happens is that then it does something like this, and it accelerates. Okay, and then it dumps like this, and this takes a lot of time again until it stops, let's say right here, and then it starts up again. So this is like what you see on a lot of charts, and you've got a lot of time to react to this one. Okay, so this is this right here. This is the transition you want to buy, or you want to try and catch this, but this is riskier, and it's hard to distinguish whether you're just buying this or this or even this. Okay, so let's make it, this is bad, buying this. Okay, this is bad, buying this, don't do it. So buying the bottom is much harder than the confirmed reversal. Ambroid, wanna be my boyfriend? My boyfriend says TA doesn't work and he got fully liquidated on BitMEX this morning. Are you a man? If you're a man, I'm not interested. But no, seriously, like, what the fuck is he doing on BitMEX? If he says TA doesn't work, that's like the only guideline there. So Omni, I've got this drawn and I'm not deleting it. So we have revisited the previous accumulation zone once again, and we will stay in it for at least a while. So at least 100 days of meandering over here and making people depressed. Okay, so let me just do it like this so you can see the cycle. This is not too cleanly distinguished, but it's visible, the emotion cycle. Factum. We don't see it here, but the bottom is 500 Satoshi on Cryptopia. Alright, so long ways to go from the all-time low. And in the meantime, it's just, yeah, this one's huge. Holy shit. Let's make it a channel instead. I would just avoid this for now until it starts making new highs. So we did pink. Altcoin is a dead piece of shit. That's got no right to be this high. Let's go to the weekly. So it looks like we found a new bottom over here. Essentially this should be the, yeah, this is too early to say, okay, for me. I wouldn't be buying here, but we will see. This is definitely weird, and it's this got fueled on the North Korea news, I think. But I would just stay away from this coin. So radium. So it looks similar to this, but it's very, very young. This is just guesswork over here, but we're looking for something like this. Into this. So if this cycle should repeat itself, it's gonna look like this, right? That's my thoughts right now. We'll see. It's too young to see. Holy shit, what the fuck? So this made a new all-time low recently, so I would avoid it because it looks like it's going down. Coin. Buy zone. Sell zone. Alright. Not much else to say. Steam box or whatever, just avoid. Sia coin we've talked about, I think. Looks similar to other coins in the low Satoshis. Looks like it's bouncing around in the top of this accumulation zone. Let's zoom in. Yes, sir. So Let's wait for it to paint a fractal like this, where cloud was helpful in identifying the bottom. So give it time. Storj delisted. Steam. This is slowly turning around. It's holding the support. So maybe a buy zone right over here, in fact. This right over here looks like a buy zone. But it hasn't painted enough cycles yet. Let's clean this up. Let's make it green as well. Buy zone. Further buy zone, hasn't been used much yet. First sell zone. And second sell zone like here. So buy 50%. Similar here. Sell 30% or whatever. Sell 50%, and you're left with a small bag just in case we continue to go up, you know. So right here it's like, yeah, you cover your investment and you do a decent gain. Ambroid, yay or nay or Bcash? I just sold some Bcash yesterday, back from the airdrop. In fact, I haven't bought any. I think I did it at the start, so go to the beginning of the video. Same with Ethereum Classic. So let's skip Storj for now. Let's do new. So this is XLM, Stellar Lumens. I think I did it on Bittrex charting. This is gonna turn into a bunch of fucking sideways for ages, I think, until we break out on the weekly from this range. This is just yeah, try to fish for a bottom if you want to buy it. If you want to buy it, set some bids, low bids over here. Strat. Let's go to daily. A bunch of struggle. Okay, so some people are calling it a buy, not me, because we actually know how market cycles work, right? So wick of distribution. Accumulation here. So this is anomaly from the accumulation side, I think. This is how I viewed it. Stellar looks very different on USD. It probably does, but it's not a Poloniex chart, so, or is it? We'll cover it when we get to it. I don't know if it's traded against dollar. Yes, it is. Let's do it now. Yeah, this is so much different. So this is just a bunch of painful sideways, right? I think you would agree. I think you agree that this was the accumulation range. And if we compare it to STR BTC, on yeah, this didn't help at all. I'll merge down. This could, oh fuck it. XLM BTC. So I'll merge down. Okay. So this looks you could attempt to draw it, but you end up with a huge range. Instead, it was like a channel downwards, right? So compare, it was steady in dollars, but downwards channel against Bitcoin. So what do we expect here? Okay, we expect a giant fucking channel here. And something like this again, if Bitcoin keeps going bullish, right? So this of course implies that Bitcoin will keep going up, which we don't know if it's true yet. Yeah. Okay, so where did we end? Stratus. So anomaly, someone would call it a test pump, probably. I saw it in the Dropbox. Yes. So here we are just bouncing between these supports. So let's draw another one. Yeah, so does this look like the test pump to you? I don't think we have a defined range yet that we could test pump from, right? That's the problem. That's the major issue. We are near all-time high. If we break, do we go parabolic? Dude, Stellar Lumens went parabolic like a couple of months ago. Give it time to cool off. This is, I'm literally now showing you a cycle of a coin where it takes months to recover from a pump of this scale, and you want Stellar Lumens to do another fucking giant ass pump right after it did like, I don't know, 100x or whatever. Man, you know what the word is? It's fucking greedy, alright? Give it time. And I doubt that Lumens will pump now. So Stratus, same shit. Until we define an accumulation range wherever. This is not to buy. This is coin. My question is, why do you believe so hard in Stellar Lumens and in Ripple? They're not even cryptocurrencies. Let's keep it green because this is the buy zone. Yeah, I don't think this needs much more. Cloud is acting resistance right now. So give it a bit of time. Via coin. Same shit, a long ass accumulation. Now we're correcting from it. Basically this is the resistance right now, and this is the support. Okay, I'm still looking for it to dump down into this range for me to buy it. Buy zone. I don't think it'll go lower. They're announcing a lot of ICOs on Stellar right now. Stellar is like the XRP for the people. Alright, if you like it, go ahead and backhold it for years to come. I think there's better tech out there. Is VIA a falling wedge? Yes, this is how I view it. So I would like it to fall right here into this range over here. Okay. So very coin This looks like a classic cup and handle. Do you want to get fucking kicked, man? That's not a fucking cup and handle. Jesus Christ, dude. Do you realize how long this is? This is 1,000 days. 1,000 days, okay? This is a whole bearish cycle, accumulation cycle, a bullish cycle, and now back into a bearish cycle. You can't have a single pattern cover a whole market cycle. Let's go. Pattern, site, cup, and handle. Cup duration 7 to 65 weeks. Okay, this is 170 weeks, person. A cup and handle, upward trend leading to the pattern. This is cup and handle is a bullish continuation cycle. I will draw a cup and handle for you. So the price is leading up. Then you have a cup and a handle, a horizontal resistance which you break out of, and then you have a bullish continuation. This is a cup and handle. And if you call this whole thing a cup and handle, despite my explanation, then you have no hope and you should end your life. You don't see a cup and handle at the bottom of a market. At the bottom of a market, it's a double bottom. So my question is, are you still insisting that this is a cup and handle? Let's continue. So you see Thea moving up from here. Answer me. Beat cheek, answer me. Do you think it's a cup and handle on Via right now? So very coin, buy zone, sell zone. As far as I'm concerned, I would trade it as a cup and handle. Goodbye, Pete Cheek. You have been removed. So, very coin. This is the buy zone, this is the sell zone. Still not in the buy zone just yet. Sell zone. Alright. A nice double bottom here. and the breakout from this accumulation zone for a nice 4x, and not much action since. This is, as far as I'm concerned, a bunch of sideways and not something I'm trading. You can just pick out your battles. You don't have to look for a trade here. There are other trades to take. So how about Vertcoin? So this was the buy zone, and we have been trending up since. A lot of strength on this Segwit coin, but this summer shakeout was brutal. Okay, so ultimately we're looking for this again. This is the target. Not much else to say. This is just trending up until we hit this. Then that's where major sell-offs happen. XBC, is this still even alive? Yes, it is. So this pump was massive. This was fun. And it looks like, how do we paint this? This will become the new buy zone. Yeah, let's paint it like this. XBC went 2000% a day in spring. Yeah, it's this one candle. This was huge. This was massive. Would you avoid VTC now because it's way above buy zone? Yeah, I just wouldn't be buying here. I like attempting to buy bottoms and waiting, but if you want something like yeah, this is like the ultimate bullish sell, right? But I don't know. I just wouldn't buy someone's 23x or 20x like this. I've got a personal bias against that. It might not be smart. It might be nice to trade these coins like this, but I just don't. It's not my style. Yeah, so this got a massive fucking pump in a single day, and it's been acting weird since. So this was like a very tight range where you would be expecting it to bleed down, and the bleed down did happen eventually, but this was weird. This was a very tight range. So we'll see. Again, this is a dead pump and dump coin. Attempt to buy the ultimate bottom, but don't touch it otherwise. So counterparty, we've got a safe chart here. If we go to daily, this looks like someone would call it a head and shoulder inverted one. I just call it a fractal because I don't like this angle, but I guess it's head and shoulders. um, and we made another one which we have broken out of. But the ultimate picture that I have of XCP is that it looks similar to Dash in a way, where it's got this periodic cycle of pumps and dumps, but this is not too interesting of a range. And I think this is just giant accumulation over a very long time. So I'm looking to sell half up here, but keep the rest just in case we break out. So NEM, looks like a classic emotional market cycle. We bounce from the previous top. In fact, it looks like Sia coin and Burst coin and other low Satoshi coins. It did start out as one. Look, this was below 100 Satoshi for the longest time. So this is like, it's maybe painting a picture for the future of Sia coin and Burst coin and other of these low Satoshi coins, right? So that's interesting. So maybe after this cycle, like this one, okay, maybe in fact this is showing us how Sia coin will look after the next cycle, okay? A very interesting picture. But to talk about XCM itself, give it time, okay? Again, a huge cycle, give it time to recover. Monero, let's draw it like this. And evolving buy zone. Okay, that's what I would call this. And let's draw a sell zone as well, like this. So, oops, sell zone, buy zone. But the thing is, you can see it going up over time. So this is a strong coin with strong fundamentals being developed. This is not a shit coin. You buy and sell this with the intent to accumulate more of it over time. That's my view on Monero. XPM. So let's analyze it a bit. So it's had these two bullish cycles and it's made a new all-time low after them. So if we take this, let's take a magnet. So this bottom, this bottom here, so it's minus 60% over almost 2 years. So let's take minus 60% over 2 years. So we're looking for vertical and horizontal, something like 1300 Satoshi in November 2018 before it pumps again. Who knows? But yeah, not too interesting, I would say. Just keeps making new bottoms. Ripple. Let's just use my Ripple chart. XRP. We're slowly inching into the desperation zone, I think. So XVC. What more do you need in life? Buy zone. Sell 50%. Sell 50%. Alright. This is your XVC chart. How complicated? So Zcash against Bitcoin, alright? Oh. So it touched the 0.03 and I expected to. And I think it's gonna go down further still, just because the miners are emitting so many coins. So, okay, and here we'll see the first halving is in 2020, so I think it'll pump in 2019 into the halving. That's the fundamental standpoint for me. Don't know. And this one is just dumping. There's a nice channel of death. Check Zeek USD. We will in a bit. So Bitcoin Cash against Ethereum. I don't know if it's a driving market, but it definitely broke out. So this is nice. This is a clear bottom. Look, we are in a buy zone against Ethereum right now. And guess what? This is a sell zone right here. So how much is this? This is nice 30% flips, right? You just set buys here, sells here. That's what you do. This is very, very nice. So this one we've covered. Gas. Can't charge for shit. Not enough data for me. Gnosis. Dying just slower. So this looks like a nice support. And this over here is a nice tightening. Range. Let's instead draw it like this. Yeah. So it looks to me like it'll stop here and break out. We'll see. Barry Silbert is trying to build a Zcash foundation. Well, Barry is not in this game for the short term. He's not looking to make a 10x in 2 months. Don't expect him to pump your coin out of nowhere. Like the Ethereum Classic Foundation has been a thing for quite a while now. I don't know if there's much to see. I think this is just an arbitrage market. Major resistance here. And this was a nice ascending triangle. And I've missed completely. Let's see if the target already hit. Yes, it did. So this pattern is out of the game already. Let's skip promise go. So this is as well slowly dying against Ethereum. No, it's promise go. Yeah, thought so. Not much to see. So maybe a giant falling wedge. I don't know if this is a driving market. The volume certainly doesn't look like it. but this is Poloniex, who knows. Not a bad buy zone, looks like, at least for a flip. This looks bottomed out, right? Maybe. But Android breakout would be from here, alright? So closing above here is the breakout. Quite a while away. Why are it very important to look at? Doesn't that depend on if you're bullish on BTC? Well, I am bullish on Ethereum in general, so it makes sense to accumulate more of it, at least in my eyes. So Dash against dollar we covered, Litecoin against dollar, let's do it. Definitely a trend here, and compression here. Okay, so let's look for the breakout direction, which let's recap. We broke out from a similar formation on Dash. Okay, and on Ethereum we see something similar as well. So it might be that Dash is showing the way. NXT against dollar. So this is horizontal resistance. And this has been a trend down. And this is horizontal support. Not much of a history, but it looks nice to me. Looks like it broke out and got thrown back, in fact. Rep USD looks similar to NXT, in fact. I guess not really. It's definitely in a compression pattern here. One arrow, it's trending up and up and up and up. It just keeps going up. So, but sometimes slower, sometimes faster than Bitcoin. Just bullish forever. So let's look at the Monero market as well, just for curiosity's sake. against Zeke. Cloud is clear resistance here. And this zone right here is support. In the meantime, Bitcoin cashes 1500. So let's look. Holy shit. So it really did break out from this one. Well, this is what I saw. This right here. Okay, nice. Glad I only sold a partial. Let's look at it against BTC. So it broke out against Bitcoin then, or did Bitcoin break down? No, it's just holding against Bitcoin, and that's the trade right here. So this is still a resistance. This 0.2 is a resistance, but at the same time it looks like it's a support because Bitcoin broke down. BTC, USDT. So we're looking, yeah, so we are really looking for something like 5k. Right, so I'm looking for 5,000 on Bitcoin. So let's finish with NXT against Monero. So this is a funky one. Finally gaining some liquidity. This was illiquid as fuck. I don't see much here. This is not a leading market. This is a fun one, yeah. This is in a nice downtrend slowly. So maybe looking for something like this here. Which would mean that MAID is either sideways or going down, and Monero is going up, right? Litecoin Monero. Mess. Not much to chart here. An arbitrage market, I think. But definitely does open up options. Holy shit, this is, I mean, this is huge. Look, these are two huge currencies, and you can just go 6x on them, no problem, if you can figure this out. So this huge range here, I don't know, man. I need to look at this later. I can't really figure it out right now, but this looks interesting. what are those wicks down? It's caused by the illiquid market, where one person just dumps a huge amount on the order books in a single time. It's easy for some big whale to fuck up the market like this. Yeah, I don't see much here. Another one to figure out, I think. That's the black against Monero, and end it right here. Yeah, look at these wicks. This is so nice when you do arbitrage, when you have a bot for arbitrage. Yeah, I don't see much here, but it does give you some options. And figuring these side markets out would be a nice edge for you, basically. That's what you want to think about. Yeah. So that's that. That's the Poloniex overview. Um, and I will see you some next time. I'm Ambroid, which is at an Ambroid on Twitter and Ambroid on InvestFeed. There's an Ethereum tip jar in the description, and I would appreciate it if someone did the alphabet timestamps again. Bye everyone, see you next time. I don't know when, stop asking, bye.